You are worth it. Our lives can feel like vessels. Vessels we must fill up with the life we choose. And yes, there is a right way to go about this life process. Let's say today you have this amount of space to fill up your daily vessel. It is important to understand that not every item in your life takes up the same space. If we look at large rocks, stones, sand, and water as the items you plan on building your day around, then we can compare them to the things we add to our own lives. Now, if we start with the big, important items, such as your religion or your family or going to school or your friends, we put these items into the container first. We can then add homework and working out and sports or band practice. These items have to happen in order for you to succeed. Because they are smaller than the large rocks, they move easily into the container. There is room for the stones of life to be added. Then we get into the idea of things we hope to do. These are items such as having a conversation with an old friend or watching that television show or learning a new hobby. All of these pieces could be abandoned if necessary, but give our life fulfillment and joy. And last, water. Water represents all the parts of our lives that are not necessary for joy, but are what we do to relax or disconnect. Things like scrolling TikTok or playing the same video game for hours. These are not bad things on their own. When we fill around the other important aspects of life, we can succeed in adding these personal pieces of time use into our lives and fill our lives with fulfilling aspects. But if we go out of order, if we start our container out with a television show or movie, then we move into doom scrolling, then we add the chores we have to do for our family, and finally try to add relationships, school, and family at the end, as you can see, the container is not able to hold what is most important. We will feel stress and anxiety about knowing we don't have room in our lives for what is most important. So I ask the question, how are you filling up your vessel? Remember, you are worth it.
Actually, it's 2024, and we're not going to use dirt we found outside to show what we fill our jar with. Kim, can you help me show these guys what make the most sense in our lives?
Sure thing. I wasn't really listening to everything Voice in the Sky was saying, but I did pick up one thing, that if we don't have water every 2 hours, we just die.
I'm pretty sure all of that is completely wrong, but anyways, I guess we'll start with water. Do you remember what water is, Kim?
Of course I remember water, playing video games and scrolling TikTok. My two favorite things. Let's start there.
A few moments later.
Whoa.
What's next?
Well, I guess if we're talking about teenagers, it's gotta be cell phones, right? We all love those.
Got it. I'll use yours.
Bro, why would you do that?
You said it was the most important thing, so I just put it in the water.
Not literally, it's a metaphor.
Oh.
We don't actually fill our lives up with rocks and sand. The phone was a representation.
Well, I guess now it represents paying garbage, so I guess you can just throw it right back in the water.
I can't even. You're gonna owe me a new phone, but might as well just put it back in and we can keep it going since you already ruined it. All right, and now we're gonna add the pebbles, which are for people. So, Cam, go get the pebbles.
12 seconds later.
All right, and this one is for that one guy.
And this is for everybody else.
All right, well, now that we have that, it's time for the most important relationships in our life. Cam, can you go get the big rocks?
3 days later.
Thank you, Cam, because family really is the most important thing in my life. It doesn't really look like everything fits well in here. Oh yeah, it's because you put my phone in first.
I got a great idea, actually.
Let's see what that is.
This is a great idea.
Cam! So, as you can see, we did a great job filling up our jar, but that doesn't matter to you. When it comes to filling up your jar, you need to make sure you put the most important stuff at the bottom and then the smaller, less important stuff at the top. Otherwise, you're gonna make a mess. Right, Cam?
Remember, every day is a choice. You get to choose how to fill up your day. Think about it, because you are worth it.